What's up? What's good? Yo, if there's one thing I want, my birthday's close to the end of the year, right? If there is one thing on earth that I would like, well, outside of a couple books, a few books I'm really looking to get for my birthday. Ooh, I want a couple of books so bad. And by the way, never buy books on Amazon. Don't send Jeff Bezos to space. Unless it's a one-way trip. If he's going to take a one-way trip, I'll buy all my books from Amazon. Go to eBay. Go to the secondhand sellers. Go to the small mom and pop stores on eBay. Anyways, one thing I really want for my birthday is, and I think it should be an annual thing. I think this should be our New Year's Eve celebration. Kevin Hart does an interview every end of the year, and he calls what 2025 will bring. Just like last year, he said, all lies will be brought to the light in 2024. And I think Kevin Hart, what's up, Curtis? YouTube actually notified you. Awesome. That's good to hear. Thank you, YouTube. Seeing you working on that glitch. But if there's one thing I want for my birthday this year, it's for Kevin Hart to do another long, hour-long, 2-hour-long interview. I think, what is the Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve? I think instead get rid of Ryan Seacrest. The dude's a robot. He's rubbish. That is one job AI could totally do right now easily. AI could totally take Ryan Seacrest's job. The dude just lacks charisma, personality, a soul. But if there's one thing I want, if I owned the rights to Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve, I would give Kevin Hart the stage. And 3 hours leading up to the countdown, I would just let him talk about whatever he wanted. You can call out whatever. He could say exactly, not Kevin Hart, Cat Williams, sorry. We're going to talk about Kevin Hart. Why are you so quiet, Kevin? You had a lot to say at the Diddy party. Why are you so quiet? But if there's one thing I could ask for, Cat, if you're watching this, hit subscribe and the notification bell. I go live every weekday, Monday through Fridays. Today, Monday. Jesus, it's been a long week, and it's only Monday. But if there is one thing, Snoop Dogg, Jen Benson, you want Snoop Dogg? Listen, Snoop Dogg's entertaining. Snoop Dogg is like the epitome of hip hop capitalism. He's like the Coles of hip hop. Like, yeah, it's fun to go there and see some stuff, but you ain't gonna get no dirt. It ain't the Waffle House, I'll tell you that. Snoop Dogg's just, he's a brand name. He's the Martha Stewart. Snoop Dogg is the Martha Stewart of hip hop. No disrespect to Snoop. I mean, he did Lottie Dottie. Wait, that was a cover. He did What's My Name? Great song. Anyways, no. I want Cat Williams every year calling out. And I mean, it doesn't have to be bad stuff. He just knew 2024 was going to bring all lies to the light. Everything done in the darkness is being brought to the light. I think he was specifically referencing Diddy, but I think with all the Mr. Beast stuff, what else came out in 2024? I know there's a bunch more stuff. I can't think of it. Oh, Snoop Dogg better than Seacrest. Oh, yeah, I would definitely say that. Because Snoop Dogg's entertaining in that aspect, in that facet. If you give Snoop Dogg, like when he used to do Planet Izzle, I forget what it was called, Planet Earth, but with Snoop Dogg on Jimmy Kimmel. If you've never seen that, it's on YouTube. Look it up. It's fucking hilarious. Snoop Dogg narrates Planet Earth, which, I mean, David Attenborough, I don't know if he's retiring, but give Snoop Dogg that job. Snoop is perfect in roles like that. Like brand name, very safe. He doesn't have to, pick a side. He can just kind of comment. He's great in that role. He really is. There's no one more talented. And if you have not seen Snoop Dogg narrates Planet Earth, Jimmy Kimmel did it like 10 years ago. Maybe he did it again. I know it's old, but go look that up on YouTube. Do yourself a favor. You'll be laughing all night. He doesn't know some of the animals, and then he's like trying to narrate what he thinks they're doing. It's so funny. So yeah, Jen Benson, 100%. What Mr. Beast stuff? Oh, Jen, I can't break that down. I have lives where I break down the Mr. Beast stuff. Mr. Beast company, he's basically the best capitalist on YouTube. He's an absolute horrible person, exploits people. There's some other really gnarly stuff with CP and Just really, really there's YouTubers who do it better than me. Go watch Dog Pack 404's videos on YouTube. But yeah, Mr. Beast his empire is about to crumble. I mean, he's been quiet as a mouse. You know, when they're quiet as a mouse, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight. There's something wrong, because there are two sides to history: the right side and the wrong side. And this is one of those instances. J-Lo, Kevin Hart, Jay-Z, Ashton Kutcher. Ashton Kutcher's got a gang of bad friends. That reminds me, like, I seen a picture, somebody put together a collage of Oprah Winfrey with, like, Bill Cosby and, was it Puffy? And I don't know, all these really gnarly people, and you're like, damn, Oprah surrounds herself with some bad people. Or maybe just has the worst photos taken of her ever at the worst times, where she just happens to be with these people. I don't know. But yeah, Snoop Dogg's very good at that. A bunch of CEOs are bailing. By the way, Jen, hit subscribe and hit the notification bell. I love that you're up in the chat like that. I really appreciate it. I love it when people have some conversation. That's what this is. This is a news commentary. I call it newsmentary. Yacht rockin' newsmentary. It's a live where we discuss news, give you some commentary, have strong opinions, heavy on the sarcasm. So if you're new, it would mean the world to me. I'm trying to hit 7 million subscribers. And you might go, well, I've seen your page and you have 1,400. What are you talking about, 7 million? We're going to be there. You're going to be the one of the first. You'd be like, I remember way back when. So hit that subscribe, hit the like, hit the notification bell so you get notified, like Curtis got notified when I go live, because I do go live 5 days a week, and I bring you newsmentary. Saw a clip of Kevin Hart shushing Drew Barrymore. Didn't see a clip of that one. My favorite Nickelback song is their one that's Total Silence. Thanks, Jen. What's up, Kevin Hawthorne? Good to see you, brother. Kevin's been a long time sub. Love to see Kevin up in the chat. So listen, we're going to talk about all the people that are quiet around Diddy right now. But let me just finish my opening point, because my birthday's at the end of the year. I think if I owned Dick Clark's Rockin' New Year Eve, I would, leading up to the countdown, including the 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I would have Cat Williams. I would give him 3 hours, have no interruptions, no commercial breaks, have the whole thing, just fucking Cat Williams spilling the beans on what 2025 brings, what 2026 brings every year. That would be America's tradition. That would be like Christmas for adults. And what I was saying is, it doesn't have to be bad news, you know? This year, he knew 2024 was going to bring all the lies out into the darkness. If next year he's like, you know what, it's going to be an amazing year, then so be it. I just think Cat Williams is a soothsayer. That dude is something magical going on with him for him to be able to know that this far ahead of time. And the stuff, if you go back and watch an interview, my God, the Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp, Cat Williams interview from last year. I'm sick of standing in line, clubs, Lemmy Habstat. Oh, little Jack Black avatar. So Fox News, which Jesus, I can't believe I read their articles, but they actually had a good one. They detailed who has been quiet since the Diddy thing. And the Diddy thing dropped over about a week ago, right? Like the arrest, I think, came Monday night or Tuesday night. I forget. I think it was Monday, Tuesday. And there's been a lot of people quiet, most notably Kevin Hart. Cat Williams even posted, was it today or yesterday, on Instagram? And he superimposed Diddy's face in the New Jack City scene where the dude's snitching, saying Diddy's going to snitch on everybody. But the problem is Diddy is the big one. He is the big fish. He might be the biggest fish. I know there's people who are saying there are record label execs, that the CEOs, I forget the names, that are above him that might have damning video evidence in Diddy's possession. But I don't think they bring the brand name awareness like Diddy does. So I don't think anybody is bigger than Diddy. I don't think anyone can roll on, or Diddy can roll on anyone. I don't think Diddy can snitch on anyone. I'm sure he's begging and pleading, saying, I'll give you, he'd probably give up his own family at this point. But I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think Diddy can snitch on anyone. I think it will, it's a contest right now who can snitch the hardest to get immunity or to stay out of trouble. But I think when you're talking about these RICO charges, which is what they got him with, And to get RICO charges, you see that with like mafia or enterprises, organizations, things like that. That means multiple people have to be involved. We've only seen Diddy arrested so far. That means I think a lot of the bad boy enterprise, the Sean Dusty Crumbs, Puffy Combs organization, the affiliates probably already rolled on him. They're all probably getting immunity to testify against him. They're probably all playing witness right now. His dad has mafia ties. Was it his dad, stepdad? I'm not sure, but yeah, he definitely has that affiliation. But no matter what, man, it's just, I've been digging so deep into this. The Art of Dialogue has some good interviews. Murder Rap, that YouTube channel has some good. Straight Game TV. There's a lot of YouTubers who are covering this in a really interesting fashion. And you see a lot of like Vlad TV. I don't like Vlad at all. He just had a couple months ago, Roger Bonds, who is head of Diddy security. He did a whole interview, like 2-hour long interview with him. And it's fascinating to hear these people speak about what they saw, and to kind of just see everybody who witnessed it in real time. That's what I love about YouTube. You can get it, it's not the news reporting on it. It's not news commentary like I'm giving you commentary on the news. On YouTube, there are people who were there, who, like earlier today, I was watching Art of Dialogue interviewing the girl who was shot in, the 90s by Diddy. And he got off and he sent his boy Shine to prison. And this girl's detailing the whole event. I didn't even finish watching. It's like a 2-hour interview. So I highly suggest, if you want to dig deep into the Diddy stuff, and he's got a checkered history. But with that, I thought it was so fascinating that 50 Cent's come out and made fun of Diddy through the arrest, took a little shot at him after 50 Cent was on the Drew Barrymore show. If you didn't see that, he made an Instagram post talking about how he was on the Drew Barrymore show, and 50 Cent, who has had beef with Diddy, said, hey, I did the Drew Barrymore show and I don't have 1,000 bottles of lube at my house. And there's some people who've been speaking out against Diddy, but there's some people who've been awfully quiet. And that's what this Fox News article down in the description, which I highly suggest you read, details. People like J-Lo, who was engaged, married. I think she was married to Diddy. Ooh, that puts Ben Affleck like 1 degree away from Diddy. So wasn't Benifer a thing forever? Didn't they just break up again? I wonder if Ben Affleck has any Diddy stories. I'd like somebody to get him to spill the beans. Talk about two assholes, if I've ever heard. Ben Affleck, I never met him, but I've heard he's not the nicest. And then Diddy. What's up with J-Lo? You got a bad choice of men. But J-Lo has been awfully quiet. Kevin Hart, I don't know if you've seen the new leaked footage, the more leaked footage of Kevin Hart hosting one of Diddy's FOs. Because we've all seen the video of the Diddy party with Kevin Hart's like, playing MC, but there's more that's leaked. And Kevin Hart's been awfully quiet. I wonder if he'll still be a AAA celeb, A-list celebrity after all this falls out. But Kevin Hart's been quiet. Jay-Z's been awfully quiet. Who else? I don't know. Is Kanye cool with Puffy? It's interesting. But it's fascinating to see who's staying quiet right now and who is willing to say, like, F that dude, never liked it, Because now's the time. Now's the time to separate yourself before you get dragged into it. And these people might not be mentioned in an indictment, but you can't be that close to them and not know. Especially like a Jay-Z. They were close. Jay say nothing. Interesting. Kevin Hart did the Drew Barrymore show, asked about some of the stuff, and he was like, oh, really? Was that recent? Oh, I got to look into that. Thanks, Jen. This is interesting stuff. Yeah, so it's fascinating to see. And that's, I'm digging through all this stuff. I'm watching interviews, and I'm following up with what's going on with court dates and all the interesting aspects of who thinks Diddy's going to rat and So I was watching someone on YouTube. They were like, "Who can Diddy rat on? He's the biggest one out there." And I was like, "Yeah, no shit. There's no one bigger than Puff Daddy when it comes to the names involved in this. You know, what are you gonna do? Go after? I don't know. who else? Swiss Beats? I don't like. Who are you gonna go after? Who the fuck? You know, Diddy. There's no one bigger than Diddy. Not super recent, but it happened. I believe it. I believe it. I can't say I remember, but I think you're right. I think you're right. But it's fascinating too how Cat Williams was saying, like, you know, how do you think Kevin Hart got so big? He made some backdoor deals, if you know what I mean. And now it looks like, yo, maybe. Who knows? Who knows, right? Sell your soul. Cat Williams told us, Timothy Mnemonic. What's up? Good to see you, man. And that's what I really want. I want Cat Williams to host New Year's Rockin' Eve every year, calling out what next year is going to be. Good, bad, whatever, indecisive. I just want to hear Cat Williams talk about what 2025 has in store, because he called it. He called it. God damn. Fascinating stuff, man. But it's more fascinating who's keeping their mouth shut right now. I know Justin Bieber just had a baby, and I read an article about somebody asking him what he thought. And he said, you know what, right now I'm in the little baby bubble, and I'm just trying to focus on being a good dad, being a good husband, which I thought, I was like, yo, that's cool. Not many times I could say that about Justin Bieber, but I thought that was a really cool thing. Like, Bieber's probably head down, just had a new baby, and that's all you want to do. The world disappears, you just want to be a dad. And I get that as a dad. So I respected that. He didn't comment on it, nothing, you know. But when you look, and they're all over YouTube, when you look at the videos of Diddy and Bieber as a young kid, I don't know what age. I think one of the videos I saw, Bieber was 15, because they were talking about a very expensive car, whether it was a Lambo or a Ferrari. And Diddy was like, next year when you get your license, this car's yours, I'll give you the keys. And Bieber in the video was like, you can ride shotgun, and I got my permit, and I'll drive. And it's just creepy at how, what we know now about those videos of Diddy and Bieber. And you feel real bad for Bieber. You know, I feel like Bieber's parents and Scooter Braun, or whoever his handler was, really failed that kid. You know, he's got some responsibility now being an adult, but I mean, there was so much on the shoulders of the people who should have been taking care of Bieber, and they probably just used him as a cash cow. And it's unfortunate, because they really did fail that kid. So if he's trying to do good right now and be a father, more power to him. You know, hopefully he makes some better choices than he has in the past. But man, they failed that kid, because there are a lot of videos online of Puff Dusty Crumbs Combs with Justin Bieber, definitely under the age of 16, let's just say that, and they're wildly inappropriate. Like, they were creepy at the time, and you could tell Justin Bieber looks like he's in a hostage situation. Looks very awkward and uncomfortable. It's just what it appears to be, you know, just watching it. But now, with the context of who the monster Diddy was, Diddy is, the monster he is, that takes on a whole new meaning. If you haven't seen those videos, jeez. Cat said it for years. Yeah, you got to give Cat credit, man. I don't care what you think about Cat. Like, Cat, I'll say this. I've never been a fan of Cat Williams' comedy. I think he's a funny dude, but I'm not, like, chasing after his stand-up specials, or, you know, I couldn't tell you any of his stand-up specials, unless they were involved in some kind of controversy. But him as a human and him as a person, he's so fascinating, so interesting, and definitely genuine, you know? Like, that whole Club Shay Shay interview, he was on point as a genuine human. He wasn't trying to pull no wool. He was just laying it out. And I respect that. I like that. And I wish I liked his comedy. I'll tell you, after that, I tried checking out a little bit of one of his specials, his latest special. I just can't do it. You know, Cat Williams' comedy isn't for me. And that's okay. You know, there's other comics that I love. Cat, not one of them. But I will say this. He's a fascinating person, and goddamn, if I wouldn't love it, just to give him 3 hours leading to the ball drop on New Year's Eve, and he could just say everything and anything on his mind for what's going to come the following year. That's what I want. Kat, if you're watching, hit subscribe and the notification bell because I go live giving you news commentary. I've dubbed it Newsmentary, and I need to get to 7 million subs. I'm going to get there. You going to join? But Kat, please, just do it on YouTube. 3 hours leading to the ball drop. We'll start it here, then we'll sell it. We'll get some paid ads, or no ads. We'll figure out how to sell it where we have no ads. We'll just have little emblems in the corner. R. Kelly and Diddy are cellmates. I can't read that on here, Tim. But that's funny. He forced Bieber. Oh, wait, what? Oh my God, I can't read that on here either. Jesus, you guys. This is a YouTube live. This isn't Rumble. My God. But listen, this Fox article is fascinating. It also talks about the stuff I said, like 50 Cent speaking out. Aubrey O'Day, I don't know who that is. I don't really pay attention to Danity Kane. But there's some people who spoke out. But most noticeably, Miss J-Lo, Mr. Kevin Hart, Mr. JC, are all pretty quiet right now. Interesting. You know it's true. I don't know none of that. You guys are gonna get me in trouble. All right. So yeah, I wanted to. God, my nose is so itchy. I feel like I gotta sneeze. But there's so much stuff. That's the other thing I'm gonna do tomorrow when I go live. I'll make a list of some of the YouTube videos with really, really interesting. Like there was this one kid I was watching his interview. He was in Making the Band, Diddy's TV show, Making the Band. And this dude, my God, you just feel bad because once these people, they thought Diddy could help them with their career, and then they became trapped and victims to his power and insanity. You know, the heinous monster would come out. Not anus, the heinous monster would come out of Diddy. And these people were trapped, and he could just blackball them. He would not release albums. He would not pay. You know what I mean? Like, he was the worst of the worst. And you just feel bad for these people. But I got to make a list of, I just flipped on you, and immediate subscribe, saying it like it is. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. J-Lo is prison bound. You think so? I wouldn't be shocked. Listen, at this point, with remember, I talked about this on another live. They have dozens of terabytes. Dozens of terabytes. That's a shit ton of terabytes, okay? I don't know how many a terabyte is, but I know it's big. I know it's big. But the feds have dozens of terabytes of videos. They have hundreds of iPhones, iPads, computer, all this stuff. There is going to be so many incriminating things. And that's really the other baffling part of Diddy. Like, dude is probably close to a billionaire, had everything he could have ever wanted. Homes in Miami, New York, LA, Beverly Hills, like you name it. The dude's needs and wants were met. And he filmed, he self-snitched. He filmed everything because he was such a psychopath. Talk about being a dumb criminal. Jesus. Anyways, I appreciate the sub, and I'm staying with this. Listen, I know there's other news going on, but some of this Diddy stuff is absolutely insane, and the fallout's going to be even crazier. And I really want other people to, or if you're fascinated in this, or you want to dig deeper into the story, because Diddy, that's the other really important thing people have to remember. He's left a trail of wreckage. He has ruined people's lives for decades, okay? Decades. The woman who he shot in that club and blamed it on his boy Shine, this woman, I forget her name. She's got an interview today on The Art of Dialogue. Go look up The Art of Dialogue, that YouTube channel. The dude does fantastic interviews. And I didn't even finish the whole interview. It's like 2.5 hours long. I'm like almost 2 hours into it. And she details that whole night, seeing Diddy. She's like, I seen Diddy shoot me right in the face. So you got to remember, Diddy has messed people. That was in the 90s, I believe. Late 90s? Again, a little fuzzy on the dates. I always heard the story. I never heard her detail it. Never heard the lady who was shot tell this story. And it's you forget that fucking this dude had so much money and power, he could just ruin your life and pay off everybody around you, or use his power and influence to, he put his buddy in jail, and then his buddy got out of prison and got deported. His buddy Shine. Like, this dude just wrecked people's lives. Cared nothing about nobody but himself. So I think it's really important that people speak out now if they feel safe that he's locked up. And it's really brazen, the people who spoke out, like Little Rod and Cassie, to start this ball rolling. Cat Williams. Because remember, Cat even talks about it. He's like, why do you think, I'm blackballed from the industry? So this dude's power and reach was something it's hard for people to really comprehend. And there's so many people that's lives were just altered for the worst because of it. So that's the other reason why I'm gonna Heavenly Star, hello, how are ya? But that's the other reason why I will put together a list of the interviews that I've been watching, the channels like Straight Game TV, The Art of Dialogue. I can't think of the other one, I'm sorry. I've been watching so many because I want to know the truth, and I want to hear it from the people that were there, that were in his inner circle. Like listening to the Roger Bonds interview on Vlad TV. Roger Bonds was head of Diddy security for a bunch of years. And he tells it, he was a genuine dude. I believe what he says, and he's the real deal, man. And he detailed it like no other. And he tells you how it was just a effed up situation all around. And a lot of people felt trapped because they were like, this is obviously how I survive and make money and live. But at the same time, like, what you are witnessing is like, fuck, what do you do, And he says it like it is. He's like, this dude has so much power, what are you going to do, So it's good to see a monster fall. Let's just say that. Because I'm sure a lot of people feel safer tonight, and that's good. So listen, Diddy's crew definitely not allowed in Immortal Hugs. For those who don't know, that's an inside joke. Me and Timothy got a band called the Immortal Hugs, which I think would be an excellent hip-hop group. Immortal Hugs, because hugs keep you immortal. All right, health tip. Science is still out on it, but I believe so. I believe it. All right, anyways, thank you guys so much for joining tonight. I know it's a weird late one about a weird day, but I will be back tomorrow because, again, Monday through Friday, I go live every weekday. So that's why I say hit subscribe and hit the notification bell, because when I go live, like Curtis said earlier, he gets notified. You hopefully get notified. And if you don't get notified, please let me know. I'm trying to keep tabs on this because we're going to get to 7 million subscribers. We're just taking a little while, but we're going to get there. We're going to be there. And you're going to say, I remember when you were at 1,400. I'm going to go, that's my man. That's my friend right there. That's my friend. Been here for a while. So only way to get to 7 million is with your help. I appreciate everybody who has hit subscribe and hit the notification bell because it's much more fun. Timothy Mnemonic knows that. Aspera, if that's how you say it, knows that. When there's some conversation, some dialogue, the newsmentary, what I've dubbed the news commentary genre, newsmentary, it's much more fun. So thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful night. Stay safe. Always speak out. Much love and respect. Peace.